Hey guys, happy Sunday to everybody. Change of scenery. I'm actually just getting myself ready to go to my Sunday morning bar class, and I've got Janica out here. She's actually on the bar in our kitchen. The lighting's really kind of funky because it's not very nice out today. It's very cloudy and gloomy. Even though it looks bright outside, it's really not. So this is my kitchen. And she's sitting on the bar. But I just thought it would be something different. She's just hanging out with me while I'm getting myself, see now I'm, weird lighting. I've got lights on in here, but it's just really funky lighting. But there she is. She's just hanging out in her bouncy seat, being a very good baby. While I'm just actually, I was watching a couple of videos and I came across a comment on not yesterday's video, but the video the day before Thanksgiving, and I wanted to respond to it because it is something that I think a lot of us deal with as collectors, and I hope this person doesn't mind me sharing her her comment on my video, but I'm going to read it and I'm going to just answer it. So I've got my computer pulled sitting here. I'll try not to make you guys dizzy going back and forth. But the question is I have to ask because I just had family here and I'm a new collector, how family acts with your dolls. My husband's family ended up poking at me so badly I ended my Thanksgiving in tears. They kept calling them creepy and I could only take so much. How do you deal with this? My instincts wanted to pack up the dolls the night before they arrived and I sort of wished I had done that. Okay, so I have been in your shoes before. Let's see. If you go back far enough in my many videos, there's actually a few videos here and there about people calling me like crazy doll lady, and this is family and or ex-husband, sort of stuff like that. And honestly, it's something I think that happens over time, where before I used to be very, very bothered by the comments and statements people would say about me or my dolls. And I feel like because you're a new collector, you're going to be super sensitive to it. And some people are always super sensitive to it and don't get past that fact. I have learned to just let stuff roll off my back. I have never been one to pack up my dolls and hide them away, even when I have family members over. In fact, the more people poked at me about it, the more I kind of stood my ground and just, I knew what my doll collecting meant to me and has always meant to me. It's a very special thing for me. I find it relaxing. It is, I've said it many times, it's my happy place when I go into my nursery. I think it was harder to kind of deal with it when I didn't have a designated space where I could actually close the door and people wouldn't go in there and bother with them. Because then there's, people that are wandering throughout the house actually end up seeing the dolls and it's kind of hard to avoid it. So, my suggestion is if you can possibly figure out a designated space. I know a lot of people keep them like in a specific, like bigger closet where they can close the door and keep them hidden away if they don't want to share them. For me, I think the biggest thing is just time will make that easier for you. It's too bad that people just have a very closed mind when it concerns these dolls, these creations. And you have to I would say you have to kind of stand your ground and let people know that it is your hobby and they need to learn to respect that even if they don't understand it and or like it. And I think that's how I've dealt with my family. But also in the sense that my family has known that I'm a dolly person. I have been my whole life since I was a small child. I always had dolls, collected different types of dolls, played with dolls, you name it. This is not like something that was surprising to my family members that I would collect these realistic living looking dolls. So when it came to people seeing them and reacting to them, I used to get very defensive. Now, because I've collected for so long, I think that my family members know that they exist. They're aware that I have a nursery in my house. They all have learned over time to respect the fact that it is my hobby. It's important to me. And I don't know, they've just learned to accept it over time. But I used to get my feelings hurt a lot. I never used to tell them they hurt my feelings, but they did. And it used to be very, very hard to not like kind of lash out at people when they would make fun of the dolls. So now I've learned to kind of pick and choose who I share the fact that I have these dolls with, especially like, you know, coworkers and certain friends. I just don't share that with them. I just feel like it's just not worth trying to explain myself to them. And I think it's also because, like I said, I've gotten to the point where I don't really care what other people think of the hobby because I enjoy it for me. I don't do it for any other reason. So I think you just have to kind of, I hate to say this, is you're going to have to grow a thick skin and you're going to have to stand up for yourself and eventually say, look, you know, whether you disagree with it, whatever, it's my hobby and you need to respect it as I would respect a hobby of yours. And I think that's really important for all collectors out there that have family members that don't understand it. My other half, he has learned to accept it. He doesn't understand it either, but he eventually accepted it. And now he finds it quite fun to share these babies with friends of ours or friends of his or new people that come into our lives because he thinks he loves to see it freak people out because people think they're real babies, especially the sleepers when I have sleepers in my collection. So he's even learned to accept it. He's been supportive of it over time. It took him a while to get there. And now, you know, when we're looking, like when we looked to purchase this house, we were looking for a space for me to be able to have my dolls. So that was one of the things we took into consideration when purchasing the house, is having Kelly's space, which was important to me. So he, you know, supports that. But it took time. It really just overall, it takes time more than anything else. And, you know, me standing up for myself. But I'm a very loud and proud person. And so even though I'm not super loud about my collecting, with my family members, they know it's like an off, you know, it's, well, how do I say this? It's just off limits. They know not to really press me about it because I can get really foul with them about it because they know me well enough to know that it's none of their business. And they've just learned to respect it. And, you know, one of my brothers really totally doesn't get it. And he's the one that used to poke fun at me. And now he just doesn't say a word. He doesn't even ask. Other family members have learned to really enjoy them and seeing who I have in the nursery. Like my mother, especially, she's never poked fun at me. She doesn't understand the amounts of money I invest in them, but she's learned over time that it is what I enjoy. So that's all that matters. And she actually loves seeing who's in my nursery now. So yeah, I mean, I think it just happens over time. But I've been collecting these realistic dolls for years and years and years and years and years. You know, so it's just, I think they've adapted. But yeah, so I hope that helps. I don't know. I think this is good for all collectors to understand is that it takes time. You have to grow a thick skin, not let it really get to you, even though even deep down it does. And trust me, I've been close to tears about it as well. And honestly, I now don't care. I really just don't. And I surround myself with people that are supportive of me. And that's something you should also think about is like just, you know, that's the great part of having YouTube and different forums that you can share your babies with because these women, and there are also men that collect, not as many, but there are some out there, but we support each other. And I have made some amazing doll friends and I lean on them when I get stressed or upset about certain things like this. So I would suggest, you know, really just enjoying them and sharing them with other doll collectors and just be proud of them. These are amazing works of art, and someday they'll get to the point where people will finally understand what it is about them and see what it is we see in them. And even if they don't ever get there, all it matters is how you feel about it. So yeah, that's how I deal with things. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. And I did not share your name, so I won't share your YouTube channel name, but hopefully you'll get to see this video and It helps. Yeah. So happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day. It's gloomy here, so that means after I get back from my barre class, I'll be able to enjoy some more baby time. My hubby will be home a little bit later tonight. And I got to groom my dogs. I got a lot to do today, but I'll have a really nice, enjoyable day before I go back to work tomorrow. So happy Sunday to everybody out there. I hope you enjoy your day, and we'll see you all soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.